What's up guys, a gaming fun guy here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be going over how to build a beginner's base, the full guide. If you guys enjoy, please smash that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell. So let's get straight into it. The first thing you'll want to do is build bedrooms. I suggest the first rooms to have a 5x5 interior. For the first rooms, you can put them together to save space. To start the rooms, you just need a door and a bed. I do suggest a floor as soon as possible. Once you finish the other parts of the base, you can go back and add upgrades, such as a dresser and a nightstand beside the bed. I also suggest one extra bedroom for any new colonists. Section 2 would be storage. Now, between these, I do suggest a 5 space gap and a large road that can go straight down the center of your base for faster transportation for your colonists. Okay, so back to section 2, which is storage. You'll need a warehouse as soon as possible to store all of your goods, like your materials, clothing, and weapons. Before you manage to get a wooden floor, and before the building is even finished, I suggest shelves in the area where the warehouse will be. If you leave items on the floor before the room is complete, they will begin to decompose. As long as they are on a shelf, they will not decompose, even if they are outside. I also suggest putting a crafting spot near or inside of your warehouse if it is big enough. The third building will be a farm, which isn't quite a building, but it is definitely something that you will need to build. The faster you establish a farm, the better, as this will create a reliable food source, and you will need to save up a lot of food for the winter. I suggest at least 10x8 to start, but you will need to expand later. If you have rich soil nearby, then you can use that to your advantage. Do use that to your advantage. Although I do love things being organized, try to cover all of the rich soil, as this will increase your growing rate a lot. Check out my video on farming quick tips to see what you should grow. Before I move on, there is something we need to establish. This is power. To start with power, you need a couple of things, and by a couple I mean 2. You need 2 wind turbines. Around them there will be trees, which will ruin the point of the windmills by making them not work at all. If there are trees in the area of the windmill, it will block it from working. To stop this from happening, you can put farmland in this area, and your colonists will chop the trees on their own, plus you will get some extra food from it. Now that you have power established, the next step is to build a freezer. This will allow you to store surplus amounts of food without it going bad. You should try and make your freezer decently large so you can store as much food as you can for the winter. The larger, the better. Try to keep the freezer at about -20 to ensure the food stays frozen. The further along you get in the game, the more food you will need, so again, enough is never enough. When you build your freezer, make sure there is room nearby for a kitchen, as you need your kitchen to be nearby to speed up cooking time. So you have a freezer, but nowhere to actually prepare the meals. For this, you will need a kitchen. To make a kitchen, you will need a small closed-off area near your freezer with a power conduit leading to it, and an electric stove. It does not need to be large at all, but once you get to the upgrade stage and you have a full base established, you can attach a meal storage and dining room to it. I will go over all the upgrades at the end of the video. Also, if you're wondering why I'm suggesting all electric appliances, that is because this is an eco-friendly colony. Save the trees. Perfect. So we have a bedroom, a warehouse, a farm, power, a freezer, and a kitchen. So what's next? Well, now we need a workshop. This will be where all the crafting will be completed and the research. For this, you will need a room with a 9x7 interior and a door on each side. This will mean 11x9 walls. It should look a bit like this when you are finished. Also, you should build the workshop near your warehouse for easier storage. Or, when we get to the upgrade stage, you could also build another warehouse beside your workshop, or behind it, instead. Great, now there's one last building that needs to be constructed. That is the lovely rec room. This will keep your colonists happy, and prevent them from going berserk and destroying everything. Great, right? Well, all you need are a couple of chess tables for a starting rec room. Have 1 table for each colonist, and 1 chair per table. Next, put a few horseshoe pins outside, and you will have a decent rec room for starters. Perfection. Now you have a nice little starter base. Make sure to remember future expansion though. Now, that is a starter base, but how do we get to the next level? Well, here are some upgrades for the future. Number 1 is to build dressers and nightstands in all of your bedrooms. Number 2 is to farm cotton and heel root and expand your food farm. Number 3 is to research batteries and build them for steady power supply. Number 4 is to build another freezer. Number 5 is to build a warehouse near your workshop with access to a convoy loading zone for trading. Number 6 is to add more recreational variety in your rec room. These are all of the upgrades you should need other than expansion, such as more storage and bedrooms. Also, the upgrades do not need to be performed in any specific order. That's all for the full base building tutorial. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell to be notified every time I upload a video for more tips and gameplay. Thank you. Bye.